Warning: the following contains spoilers for the Star Trek Discovery episode Vis Pacem, Bellum. The latest episode of Star Trek Discovery was seemingly the end of the line for Admiral Katrina Cornwell Jane Brooke. Cornwell had previously been kidnapped by the Klingons after she was lured into a trap they had intended for Vulcan ambassador Sarek James Frayne. The Klingons torture the good Admiral in an attempt to gain valuable information about the Federation's war strategy, but she proves to be a tough nut to crack. Ral Mary Kifo volunteers to try her hand at extracting intel from Cornwell, but surprisingly she informs the Admiral that she wishes to defect to the Federation. En route to Ral's ship to escape, the pair are confronted by Cole Kenneth Mitchell. Seemingly to preserve her own hide, Ral begins fighting Cornwell as if she was dealing with a prisoner escape. She smashes Cornwell's head into some sort of light fixture, and the Admiral's lifeless body is dragged to Ral's ship, which is full of dead Klingons, for reasons that aren't immediately made clear. Cole suspected Ral's treachery all along, and has her hauled off at episode's end. So did Discovery really just kill off its highest-ranking Starfleet officer in such ignominious fashion? Probably not. The basic mechanics of the scene suggest Ral's intent was to simply make it look like Cornwell had died. There would be no way for her to defect without Cornwell alive, and she can clearly sense Cole is running out of patience with her. It also seems unlikely Ral would bother hauling Cornwell's corpse back to her ship. Related: Star Trek Discovery. Why spoiler is going to switch sides from a narrative standpoint. It just seems highly unlikely that Discovery is done with Cornwell, who has emerged as a surprisingly strong supporting character with a compelling relationship with Captain Lorca Jason Isaacs, and is the rare Star Trek Admiral who seems both competent and free of corruption. Cornwell's death would also, in essence, mean Ral's death, as her treachery has been discovered by Cole, and there's no logical reason she wouldn't be executed by the brutal Klingon commander. With the death of Kuvma and the disappearance of VOQ, the show is burning through its Klingon cast pretty quickly, and too much time has been devoted to Ral to simply kill her off this early. All that said, Discovery has displayed no qualms with dispatching its supporting female characters. The death of Captain Georgiou Michelle Yeoh was obviously necessary, as it set up the bulk of the series plot. Yet the demise of Commander Ellen Landry Rekha Sharma in The Butcher's Knife Cares Not for the Lamb's Cry felt cheap and mean-spirited, pushing an interesting character off the stage in an effort to prove how edgy and dark this iteration of Star Trek is willing to be. The show's producers boasted in the pre-premiere press about how they're taking cues from Game of Thrones. Casual, brutal death is really not a Westerosi trope that should take up residence in Star Trek. Discovery clearly wants the audience to think Cornwell is dead at this point, but it's a tough sell. Too many moving pieces of the plot would come to a screeching halt if the drama on the Klingon ship is so swiftly resolved. It would also be another troubling sign that Discovery is brushing up a little too closely to the realm of nihilism for the world of Starfleet. The show is actually making some strides in that regard. The primary plots of both Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad and Vis Pacem, Bellum are quintessentially Star Trek, telling smart, empathetic science fiction stories and largely eschewing the grimmer implications of the war with the Klingons. The show doesn't have to shy away from the latter aspect. It would be disingenuous if it did. But killing off characters like Cornwell for essentially no reason would simply be a step too far into the darkness. We'll likely find out next week if the show has actually gone that far. Next, Star Trek Discovery needs to be set in the Kelvin timeline. The mid-season finale of Star Trek Discovery streams Sunday, November 12th at 8:30 p.m. ET on CBS All Access, on Space in Canada, and internationally on Netflix. Ad-free browsing, over 10,000 videos all in one access. Join for free. Go Premium with Screen Rant. Go Premium.